Today I want to talk about a little teeny lens, and you guys know who watch me here. I often talk about these little teeny lenses that are outside the norm. You know, I could be talking about the new Sony 600 millimeter f4. I could be talking about the new Sony 200 to 600 f5.6, I believe it is, starts at f5.6. Massive super zooms that are getting some news right now, and rightfully so. Those lenses look amazing if you're a sports or wildlife shooter and shoot Sony. But today I want to talk about a little teeny lens, a little manual focus lens, those lenses I love so much, and why some of you here watch these videos, right? I want to talk today about the Voigtlander 21mm f3.5 color Skopar lens. It's tiny, it's a beauty. It reminds me a lot of the Leica 28mm f5.6 Summation in the design. It's a little larger than that Leica, and this is a small lens. But if you like shooting manual focus, say Leica M mount lenses, now this is a Voigtlander, but it's got a Leica M mount, then you're going to want to see this video, especially if you like wide angle. So I'm not a huge wide angle fan, but I always like to have at least one wide angle or ultra wide around for those rare times when I do need a wide angle field of view. I used to have the 16 to 35 f4 Zeiss for my Sony A7 series, and that lens got a lot of use actually for video for me. But I always have this thing, I always have this kind of addiction to, a love for, a passion for small little manual focus lenses, because as I've said many times before, I like to be in control of my camera, but I'm kind of old school. I'm not into all these new crazy features. I don't use IAF. I like to get the shot myself, but these days, as I get older, I'm not doing so much professional work. I'm doing work for my own reasons. I do concerts for my own reasons and for the artists. I shoot everyday life for my purposes, memories, right? A camera to me is the closest thing we will ever get to a time machine, because I can go back and look at photos from 20 years ago, and it's like taking a jump back in time. That's as close as we can get anyway. So I like being in control of my camera. It gives me a nostalgia that I don't get from shooting these new fully featured cameras full of these whiz-bang features. But today, this lens I want to share with you, it's a lens I actually enjoyed so much, I made the purchase. It was sent to me from cameraquest.com. Stephen Gandy is the US distributor for Voigtlander lenses. He's also a sponsor of my website and has been for many years. And it's a perfect fit because I love Voigtlander lenses, I love Leica lenses, I love that style of shooting, right? But the cool thing is this little 21mm can be shot on various cameras. While made for a Leica M, which you can use it on any Leica M camera, film or digital, analog or digital, you can also use it on camera bodies like the Panasonic S1, the Leica SL, the Sony A7 or A9 series, the Nikon Z6, Z7, the Canon EOS-R system. You can use these lenses via inexpensive adapters on almost any mirrorless camera, and that's the beauty of mirrorless, and what I've been saying for 10 years from the very first mirrorless camera review I did so long ago. I think it was the Panasonic GF1 maybe. I could be wrong on that, but mirrorless is mature now. It has matured. It's matured into something pretty fantastic in the realm of photography. It gives us so much creative freedom and ability that once we unlock that ability within ourselves through that passion and excitement and love we have for the craft of photography, these mirrorless bodies are giving us some really amazing features that, while I may not enjoy them all, many of you do. Things like IAF is very important to so many of you out there. 5-axis image stabilization, when it is implemented very well, such as it is in something like the Nikon Z or the Panasonic S1, the GH5 kind of cameras, it's an invaluable asset to the feature list, right? That 5-axis image stabilization can be wonderful. You have, all kinds of features in today's cameras that really truly help the pros out in this field of work. If you're a professional photographer, these new mirrorless bodies today offer some of the best technology we've ever had as photographers. And so if you're in that camp and you're shooting with all these features, maybe one day try out a lens like this. Take a step back and slap this on your camera via an adapter and go old school for a day or two and just see how you like it. This is a lens, let me read off the specifications here. Focal length of 21 millimeters, aperture f3.5, minimum aperture f22. It has 8 groups, 9 elements in the lens construction, 10 aperture blades, minimum focus distance of 0.5 meters. Rangefinder coupling will focus to 0.7 meters. Filter size 39 millimeters, and it weighs just 6.3 ounces. This lens comes in at $799, so it's not going to break the bank. It's not one of these $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 Leica lenses that you really need to think about before you buy. This is a lens that comes in at a price that's pretty affordable by today's standards. Now, it's not a perfect lens. It's not going to give you sharp corner-to-corner results when you're adapting it to a mirrorless body. You might have a little bit of softness in the edges, but for me, that's never really been a big deal. Again, I'm not doing professional work where I'm getting paid for my work. I'm more of the artsy type of photographer where I embrace some flaws in certain lenses because it adds to the artistic merit of the image. So that's my style. I don't obsess over pixel peeping at 100%. I don't obsess over that kind of thing. To me, it's about the feeling of the image, the soul of the image, right? The images that get to you right here in the heart. And this is a lens, along with others in this line, the vintage line from Voigtlander, that could really deliver that kind of look, right? An old school but modern kind of look. I recently reviewed the 35 f2 Ultron, and I love that lens so much I bought it from Camera Quest as well. These are really fun lenses to use, and as I talk here, I will share some of the images I shot with this lens. This is not going to be a full detailed review. I just want to tell you guys that this is a little gem of a lens if you're looking for a manual focus experience. Even if you have all the modern day stuff, it's cool to have a couple of these manual focus small lenses with an adapter for your specific camera. So some days if you want to go out and de-stress, or you want to just kind of relax and shoot for yourself and have some fun, throw one of these lenses on and you'll be able to do just that. I shoot these lenses a lot, but I do also shoot modern day lenses from time to time. I kind of split, but when I throw these lenses on, it gives me a sense of fun, a sense of peace. I'm more relaxed, and I always enjoy the images when I go back to look at them on my computer. So I want to give 2 thumbs up for this lens, the 21 f3.5. Again, it's not a perfection type of lens, but sometimes perfection gets a little boring. Also check out the other lenses that kind of are made to match with this, the 35 f2 Ultron and the 50 f3.5, which is amazing. I think it's like $600, and it renders a lot like the $8,000 Leica 50 Apo lens, but instead of being f2, it's f3.5, so you're not going to get that all-out shallow depth of field. But I have a review of that lens here on YouTube and my website at stevehufpphoto.com. That lens is amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little look at the Voigtlander 21. I really enjoy it, and let me know if you guys have used this lens or checked it out, and if so, leave a comment below. Thank you all, love you all. Thank you for still being here watching what I do. Even if it's a few of you, whatever, doesn't matter. 11 years on, and you know, I don't do this on a full-time basis anymore, but I still have the passion for it in my heart and soul. And I will make videos here when I come across something that I really like and feel like you guys may enjoy it as well. So love you all, thank you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.